body is with you. It's okay for you to stand by your damn self if you are standing for righteousness and justice. I love you, brothers and sisters. This movement is not about separation. Our men must be a part of this movement because they are in our households. They are in our communities. And my 18-year-old son needs each and every one of you to stand up for him because he can be shot down by an ignorant, racist police officer today, right here in Georgia. And let me tell you something, Georgia, while I talk about my son. I leave him here with you all. Those of you who are here right now, my son is in Morehouse College, and I need him to live while he's down here with you. So do your job, ladies and gentlemen. You want me to protect you nationally? You protect mine right here in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. Go forward, ladies and gentlemen. We will not go back.
What up, Atlanta? Your Palestinian Muslim American sister from Brooklyn, New York is so proud to be here with all of you today. So how am I feeling a year later? I'm feeling fired up, more fired up than I was in 2017. You know why? Because this is our year. We're gonna win in 2018 so big they won't know what hit them. You know why I wanted to be in Georgia? Because not only are we going to win big in Georgia, we're going to make history in Georgia. I don't do this work just to do the work. I'm in the business of making history. They say well-behaved women rarely make history.
That's right.
So if you start asking yourself sometimes why we a little radical, why we a little misbehaved, it's because we're trying to make history. Georgia is going to join many states around the country who are going to win big but make history. You will put the first African American woman as governor of this state. Idaho, the state of Idaho is going to put the first Native American woman in that governorship. The state of Michigan is going to put the first Muslim American governor in the history of the United States of America. Sisters and brothers, this government has a majority. The Republican Party has a majority, and they still couldn't figure out how to keep the government open. Let's make something very clear. It is disgraceful in this country to pin up a child health insurance program and young people against young undocumented people who deserve to live in this country and should not have to fear deportation. I stand here before you as an unapologetic ally to our undocumented families in this country. We will not veer away from them. They will continue to be centered in our movement, and it is our responsibility to protect them. We have a lot of work to do in 2018. I've been marching for 20 years. Marching is great, and we need this public visibility of dissent. But marching in of itself is not enough. So we at the Women's March decided that on our 1-year anniversary, we were not going to Washington, D.C. We were going to send a message to the rest of this country that women are coordinated, that we are organized, we are strategic, and we know how politics works. So tomorrow, Tamika Mallory and I and all of our sisters at the National Women's March are going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this might be the only time that that what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. Nevada is a state that went blue in 2016. They have a Republican governor who has term limited. We're going to make sure that Dean Heller doesn't have a job come 2019. We believe in the people of Nevada. So sisters and brothers, when you leave this inspiring movement today, this inspiring moment, this inspiring event that has brought people of all backgrounds together, don't you ever forget the most marginalized amongst us who are counting on you every single day. There's a lot of pain in our communities. There's a lot of trauma in our communities. There are people who actually might not have come here today because of the fear that they have. So you need to take the responsibility to join us in what we're calling a collective vote in 2018. I said this before and I'm going to say it to you all here today. Unity is not uniformity. My parents did not immigrate from living under military occupation in Palestine to come here so that they could be like everybody else. The beauty of our country is that I could be an unapologetic Muslim woman who wears a hijab, who is proud of her Palestinian heritage. That I, as a Muslim woman, could have agency over my body in these United States of America. That I can have my own opinions about things. You don't have to agree with me, but you damn well sure have to respect me and my right to have and hold the positions that I have. What I will ask of you before we leave the stage is that in this country, and we know this from history, that those who are the most effective, the most charismatic, the people who know how to bring people together, they become a threat to the status quo. They become a threat to the opposition that wants to keep us in the same place. They don't like people who are bringing systemic and transformative change to this country. And they sure in hell don't like it when it's women. And definitely they're going out their damn mind that it happens to also be very strong, unapologetic women of color. That this week, while you were commemorating the great Dr. Martin Luther King, 50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't very great. 66% of Americans were against Dr. Martin Luther King and against the civil rights movement. And it was only decades after his death till we started memorializing a man who believed in the sanctity of black life, and that in this country, not only did black people build this country, that isn't the only reason why we should be respecting them. We should respect the life of black people because they are human beings and deserve to be treated with the utmost dignity and respect. So we're going to be vilified in this movement. People are going to say really horrible things about us. But what Tamika and I know is that 40 years from now, all of you will be walking down Colin Kaepernick Boulevard because that's just how this country is. A lot of people say we're radical. We're these naive political leftists. Sisters and brothers, there's nothing leftist or radical about believing that all people deserve access to health care. There's nothing radical or leftist about believing that children in this country who are undocumented and came at a young age deserve to stay here with us in these United States of America. There's nothing radical or leftist about believing that women have agency to choose for their own bodies. There's nothing radical or leftist about believing that people should be able to worship freely in these United States of America. There's nothing radical about saying and declaring loudly and proudly that Black Lives Matter. There's nothing radical or leftist about saying that LGBTQ communities should be able to feel safe and have access to the same things that we all have access to. So don't let them separate us by political ideology. This is not about ideology. This is about human rights. It's about dignity and respect for all people. So don't worry what they have to say about us now. We know that we are on the right side of history. This year, we're going to show all the naysayers that said those were just a bunch of women with some pussy hats running around in these streets. We are a bunch of women with pussy hats, but we got a plan. And we're about to work real hard. And we're going to win. And we're going to win big. And you know what the story is going to be? This year, the day after elections, women of the United States of America brought us to victory. Stay loud, Georgia. Stay proud, Georgia. Stay united, Georgia. Stay together, Georgia. Stay working hard, Georgia. Make America proud like you have been for decades of a civil rights legacy that you have in this state. Make our ancestors proud because they are counting on you, and those who are most marginalized are counting on you. And I heard that our dear sister, and let me teach you how I organize. Why am I still fired up when I got some white supremacists who want to take me out? You know why? Because I'm a positive person. I put out positive energy. When I saw the sister come this way, you know what I said to her? You know what I said when I first saw her? I said, "Good afternoon, Governor Abrams." Speak it into existence. Every morning when you wake up, imagine what it would be like in a state like Georgia to have your leader be a strong, unapologetic black woman who comes from a legacy of resilience and pride, who will represent her ancestors who sacrificed everything for people like you to be able to stand here today and engage in your First Amendment protected rights. We speak of Governor Abrams in every corner of this country to inspire a generation to understand that this is the new face of democracy that we have needed for so long in these United States of America. So we're not just here to be fired up. We come here to ask you to join Stacey, to put Georgia on the map in the same way that your ancestors 50 years ago put Georgia on the map. We're asking you to make history, to knock on doors, to inspire more women of color who are told, you're not enough, you don't have enough, no one's gonna vote for a black woman. You know what? Georgia's gonna vote for a black woman. Georgia